Peace family. So I'm back with another one. So before I jump in, for all my family and the tribe that's been riding with me for a long time, man, like, I appreciate y'all trying to tap into the live streams. I have been trying to get these live streams going, but y'all know how these algorithms are. So it's almost as if once you set up one way, they almost kind of want you to stay that way and not go through the other avenues, especially not the live streams, because that's a lot more work for them to have to do, opposed from just dropping the knowledge this way. So I was trying to get it more engaged. So what I'm gonna have to do is, I got the inside reset back up. So I like to do it outside, but for my live streams, I'm going to retry it inside again next time, because they have been shutting me down. It's windy out here too. But what I wanted to talk about today was, outside of that, is you have to acknowledge the tests when they are presented to you. You know what I mean? You have to acknowledge the test. This is the test. And then you have to take the test. You know what I mean? And of course, any test that we take and we want to pass. So with that being said, I use today as an example, as a test time, because when all of this was processing, it's like I am trying to open up different doors so that way, we can expand this thing and grow and build more, because it's more that is supposed to be added on to the circumference. You know what I mean? So I noticed the test. I acknowledged the test. You know what I mean? And the tests, sometimes when you get them, you do get a little frustrated. You know what I mean? And that's just part of being a human. But acknowledging the test and making sure that, all right, it's test time. You gain your composure and you do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? So I use that today to just correlate with life and like other beings around who have been being tested outside of my presence, that I've been communicating with, and tested inside my presence. And the way we respond versus the way the opposition responds to tests are extremely different. And that's kind of a huge differentiation. You can tell by which playbook is being used in the spirit realm. You know what I mean? So we all have that first initial hit or shock or contact when it's test time. You know what I mean? Because everybody tests are different. Everybody tests are different, but we continuously have them, and you have to acknowledge and you have to do a better job at being aware and trying your best to pass the test. You know what I mean? So for my test, like, it got me. I tried twice today, and I made sure like I was in a good space where I had service at. I did it first time without the Wi-Fi. Then I did it the second time outside my space with the Wi-Fi. Both times it shut me down. I was frustrated. And instead of me resorting and just letting that hinder me and turn that frustration and anger and everything else, like, I went straight inside and I transmuted that energy. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't figure out a way to transmute that energy into something productive, I got frustrated. I know what position I'm in and the things I choose to discuss and talk about. So I went straight in and I transmuted into some music. I went, sat down, I cooked up a beat right away. Everything flowed so fluently. It matched my vibes that I was in. You know what I mean? So it was an excellent way for me to transmute that frustration during test time, because some tests you get have words, some tests you get have numbers, some tests you get got words and numbers. I felt like that was like a dual test, and I was so aware that I made sure I was knocking that motherfucker out the park, you know? And from transmuting that straight into the music and then looking into some other avenues digitally, I had to get back up here and make sure I still got some energy out for y'all, you know what I'm saying, and for the universe, because it's like some days those frustrations probably would have hindered me in my past, and I would have been like, I'm just not going to film for the day, you know what I mean, or I'm just follow the current flow, or not push it as hard. Maybe I was supposed to take a break or something today or something, you know. I would twist it around to something, you know what I mean, but it wouldn't be like some unhealthy, but it would be something that is turning away from unproductivity. And some days, even when I didn't film, I made sure I'm in the computer doing some other digital work with the music or some other things that I have going on in there as well too. So it wasn't like everything just gets shut down. But I see some of the other opposing playbooks not stepping up to the plate the same way. They not stepping up to the plate the same way. One being was very like present during test time. I noticed it. I was like, oh shit, they having a test. It's not my test, it's their test. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, they having a test. So me being me, I acknowledge it. I'm like, okay, boom, boom, boom. I gave like 3 tools right away. You know what I'm saying? I gave a sword, I gave a shield, and I gave like some kind of fence armor. They looked at all of these things and said, they ain't using none of that. They don't want none of that. It's like when it was happening, I was picturing like how people are in school and you got that one person in class and they be like, man, fuck this test. And they just slap this shit down. Like, I don't know if my audio going in and out because it's pretty windy out here. But slapping the test away isn't gonna make the situation any better, because the test is for you. It's kind of like you trying out for a team and then you cheating yourself during the workouts or the drills. It's like, it's for you. If you cheating, it's because you cheating yourself. It ain't like you cheating the team. You know what I'm saying? You want to make the team and you cheating yourself in the process. So a lot of these things some beings be doing, they think it's like hurting other people, but it's really only hurting themselves. And you have to be ready for these tests. These tests are out here. You have to be prepared. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. I don't expect it to be much better for our generation, you know. But we have to fight for the next generation. We have to fight and break these curses and pass as many tests as we can and line up as many great situations we can for them and give them as much insightful insight from within that is not material that they can use to sustain themselves to live out here. I don't know how much of the audio is being chopped because it's pretty windy. I said this already. And I done had this issue before too. But in my mind, it's like I just went through this test trying to do a live stream in the car. Get outside. My locks is heavy, but it's so windy that it's blowing them everywhere. But if you don't push through the process, then how you gonna know what you made of? How you gonna know what you built out of? You know what I mean? It's been plenty of times you done went to theme parks and thought it was a real rock. Until you went and pushed it over and you realize, oh, that's not a real rock. We gotta be prepared to pass these tests. The wind be cutting out the audio, so I gotta wait for the wind too, you know what I mean? We waiting for the live streams, they shutting it down. We still out here with the wind, 200 miles an hour, like, if we don't do it, nobody else will. You know what I'm saying? Be ready, be aware. Call out the test. Call it out right away. If it's your test, call it out. If you see somebody else test it, let them know, that's test time. Give them some tools and see what they do. Give them some tools and see what they do. You already know how to use your tools, you know what I'm saying? You just have to acknowledge that it's test time. When you start feeling that, get all crazy, you start getting all frustrated, flustered, and about to go to red rage mode, like, it's test time. It's test time. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to run up too long, because this wind is about to take over too, just like they took over my live stream, you know what I mean? We about to get this right, though, you know what I'm saying? Anybody in this space, you are going to have a lot of obstacles